I mean, I was recently in New York for one night, so the signs there are just so overwhelming. In Times Square, they're amazing. Some of them are like practically coming off the screen at you.
I think one of them is. Did you see the Coca-Cola one? Is that still there?
I mean, they change like literally
Yeah.
every
Well,
second.
Coke had built one to where the LED panels themselves. How do I say this in words if people can't see my hands move? So the LED screen is basically a bunch of panels. Let's say they're 3 by 3 foot wide. A bunch of squares make up a giant billboard that's vertical. Behind each one of these 3 by 3 foot squares is a robot arm that can push it outwards towards you and pull it back. So the whole thing, this thing is 20 stories tall probably by, 100 feet wide. It pulses like a wave. They have all these little mechanical robot arms that push and pull those 3 foot panels in and out the whole distance of the sign. So even though the red and white Coca-Cola graphics are actually moving and look cool, the sign itself really is pulsing towards you and backwards. Like, whoa, that is crazy. So yeah, I like that when you take LED, which is basically, I don't know, like when you were a child and you put your face too close to the TV screen and you could see all the dots. That's basically what those giant signs are, right? It's just the dot is maybe the size of, I don't know, a pen tip now. They're getting smaller, but that's really trippy. So
It's like experiential, right? Is that what it's
experiential,
called?
yeah, yeah.
Experiential,
Yeah.
yeah. And then there was like a big Jaws 50th anniversary. That one jumped out. And of course, I noticed like there were M&Ms. There's like a M&Ms thing in Times Square. And
Oh,
then,
that's like a real model, right? Like a 3D M&M.
yeah,
Yep, yep.
yeah, that was really cool and colorful. And you just notice the big brands like Sephora was close by, and I saw a Rivian and a Tesla, and you're looking for the brands,
Yeah, yeah.
like what are they doing?
It's also interesting too because tucked in uh, the shops down on the ground level are a bunch of little mom and pop weird shops that have hardly any branding and just tons of junk. So the
And
contrast
you're
I
like,
always thought
how
was
are they affording rent?
right.
Like,
Yeah, yeah, that is amazing. And some of these places, I swear, they're the size of a bathroom, like your household
yeah,
bathroom, like a single toilet bathroom. Some of these shops just sell cigarettes and gum and magazines and rolling papers, and they got a rack for soda or whatever. That's it. I'm like, oh, dude.
I love New York t-shirts.
Yeah. And you wonder, they probably paid $2,000 for that little toilet sized booth, but $2,000 considering how many people walk by there every month.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
They're all packed. They're
It's,
all packed.
That's interesting. I think it's fascinating going into downtowns where people are just piled on top of each other. Because it really says that's the need for signs, right? If you want to get out of Times Square, how would you orient yourself? You look around at the signs like, well, I'm going to walk that direction towards that sign. Like you're not walking towards the dark, you're walking towards something lit up. Oh, no, no, we don't want to go that direction. We want to go towards that sign over there. So just for wayfinding alone, I've always thought signage was cool. But that's also what drove me crazy about signs that suck at their job. Like if you're going through the airport, for example, sometimes you'll see a lot of signs, but you find yourself still confused. I'm like, where are we supposed to go, though? I can see that there's a Burger King right there and a Chick-fil-A over there, but I need to leave. I want to get the fuck out of the airport.
I'm like, where's the SkyTrain? Why is there no SkyTrain sign?
Yeah.
Like, if you're at Terminal A and you need to be at Terminal C, there needs to be a, hey, this is the way to the SkyTrain.
Right. Here's the general direction of the flow. Here's A, B, C, D. Like, here's the thing. Yeah, this is all.
I told the airport staff, and they're like, yeah, yeah, we know. I'm like, there needs to be a sign. I never would have said that
What?
until working on this podcast.
And it's funny, and they said they know. Were there any places that you wanted to go in New York that just because they had a cool sign? It's like, whoa, that place is cool. Let's go in there.
It was more of, honestly, architecture.
Yeah. That's a huge thing. That's why I want to talk to more architects because
Oh my
sign
God. Like
people
near
always.
Ground Zero, there's this place called Oculus. Have you heard of this? You've got to look it up. It's crazy. It looks like a giant fishbone. Like, it's crazy. Like, the outside of the building looks like this huge, like, to me, that's what it looks like a fish
Just a big
skeleton.
skeleton, yeah.
And then you go in and there's like, like a see-through elevator and there's all these like ritzy shops, like name brand shops, but it's right next to Ground Zero. Like
Wild.
it's the most beautiful structure. And two, like outside the waterfall structure with all of the names, there's like amazing street murals like commemorating the World Trade Center.
I
And I don't
love.
know if those change, but
Yeah.
just the whole backdrop of like this fish skeleton thing and the street murals and then the new tower with like the purple shining into the fog. I'm like, this is incredible. Like just breathtaking. And
Yeah.
we went close to midnight when no one was out and you could like literally park nearby.